ground for Egyptian exports to compete in a number of regional and global markets.
And to shed more light on the issue, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Mostafa Elnggari, Deputy Chairman of Egyptian Exporter Association. Good afternoon to you, sir. Mustafa?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir. Happy feast at the beginning, and thank you very much for being our guest for today.
Thank you.
Sir, with the increase in the Egyptian non-oil exports in the first quarter of 2022, in your opinion, what are the most important reasons for the continued and increasing demand for Egyptian products?
I think that the main issue is that since the announcement of the Supreme Export Council, I think there was a plan for all sectors, exporting sectors, to have their plan to increase their exports. And really, we worked hard since 2016, since November 2016, and we can feel that even with the COVID-19 crisis, exports were still going on. I think that if we just have to analyze what happened in 2022, I think that 11 sectors have achieved almost about 20% increase in their revenues, which doesn't mean that the volumes have increased, but we can see all that the prices of the exported items have increased to something like 50 to 70%.
Yes.
So we are still in the crisis or in the end of the crisis of COVID-19,
yes,
also with the crisis of the Russian-Ukrainian war, and the supply chains still really having some sort of obstacles. But I believe that in case that we all will overcome this war, which is damaging the supply chain totally in the area, I think we can do much better, because the other five sectors have achieved about 10%, such as the leather industries, the medical products, the agri sector, the food industries, the books and the print and the artworks. All they have achieved also success, but not to the limit as others. So we have to go into the strategy which will lead us to the $100 billion exports a year.
Yeah.
And I think Egypt deserves it, and we can do more.
Yes. Sir, what is the role here of opening new markets in increasing exports?
Yeah. I rather prefer on this time of this global crisis to talk about the competitiveness of each item we export. It's not the new market, because markets, we have seen that markets could open and could close in the same week.
Yes.
So the main issue which we have to work for is to strengthen the added value of each Egyptian product itself and try to increase the competitiveness of this item itself.
How did the heading to African markets become a way actually to increase the Egyptian exports, Engineer Elnggari?
Africa, as we all know, that it has a very specific environment, a very specific ways of trade and of promotion. So in Expoliink, in our association, we are really focusing on Africa. We are having sectorial improvement and development plans for Africa. The main issue is that the African buyers, they need to have the commodity inside, in front of their eyes. I mean, they don't try to go for the normal ways which we do as a trade for the USA or for the European Union.
Yes.
So we have to encourage Egyptian producers and Egyptian exporters to send their commodities according to the taste of the African markets and try to find the security for the payments through reliable banking, which working through the nation and the continent.
Yes. What support provided by the government to increase exports, sir?
I think that we, in this way, the private business people should be represented in all the official committees regarding the export. This is number one. We have to review the investment intensive law. I mean, we have to, of course, review what is happening, if this law was successful or not. We have to make the export support program more mobile and motive, and to accelerate the pay of the exporters' burdens.
Yes.
Because this is very important.
Indeed.
The logistics and the improvement of the logistics in the country should be improved more and more. Learning and training, and this is a good chance to announce that the association, the Egyptian Exports Association, have signed like a protocol with the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development for having the first export academy in Egypt.
Yes.
And this will always help new exporters and new people who want to come to the export field to have the most, precise programs for how to export and how to protect your commodity and try to add value for it.
Yes. What are the most important countries that open their market for the Egyptian production?
As usual, through our location, so you can see that the European Union, Russia, and the Western Bloc, as we say, Gulf, is constituting something like 85%. But we have to add that exports to USA have increased, with a considerable level, and this is because of a program called the GSP, which is the General System of References. And this is allowing more than 3,500 items, exported items from Egypt to enter to the USA with zero import duties. And we have a very good chance that India, China, Turkey are out of this program. So we can see that Egypt and Thailand may be the main two exporters to USA, benefiting from the general system of reference.
Yes.
We can see Africa also is very promising. China and the South Asians are really also good markets. There is, I think, a very good exhibition, very positive exhibition for the food industry in Brazil, and I can see that about 5 Egyptian companies are going to participate by mid-May in Sao Paulo. So we can see that we are trying to reach from the west to the east, from north to south.
Yes. What are the most important Egyptian non-oil exports, sir?
Mainly, of course, we can see that the agriculture and the food industries are the main.
Yes.
But in this quarter report of 2020, we can see really that there is new good players are coming to the map of the Egyptian exports. So I'm happy. I'm really happy to see that the building materials are doing fine. The ready garments are doing fine. Textiles, as usual, is one of the best 5. Engineering industries are doing fine. Chemical products and fertilizers are doing very good. That doesn't mean that the agricultural sector is not doing fine, but it is doing less than should be according to the Russian and Ukrainian crisis.
Yes. Actually, sir, there are many products in which Egypt is distinguished and still need external marketing, such as dates. What are the required steps to do so?
Logistics, number 1. Promotion is number 2. and the soft legislations which allow new exporters to come to the map. So if we talk about logistics, we are still in need for accredited laboratories. I mean, because the quality of the product which you do, either it is medical, agriculture, it needs the laboratories to prove that. And you should attract international laboratories to come and to have branches in Egypt. And if these laboratories will be mobile, so it can go to the product, not to wait until the product comes to it, it will be much more efficient.
Indeed.
The efficiency of the ports are very important to try to make our ports more attractive, not, as we say, you don't have to charge higher rates for your ports. You have to attract and try to do it much more easier and to try to attract the shipping lines to come, to try to attract them with the better facilities, with the fast disbursement and cheap disbursement. All these issues will try to do our country much more attractive.
Indeed, the engineer Mostafa Elnggari, Deputy Chairman of the Egyptian Exporters Association. Many thanks for being our guest for today and for your precious input. Our dear viewers will go to a short break, and after that we'll be back to resume our segments in Cairo local time, so stay tuned.